Challenge of playing the Bills. Good football team, as we know. Sean does a great job, as do his coaches, and they've got good players. So we've got to have a good week of preparation there. That time's yours.
Andy, in the previous game against Houston, you had your issues. That's just something off game, but how you tried in this game as well.
Yeah, that's the way it worked out. I mean, we want to use all of them, so they're all good players. There's just one ball, so it happened to go the other direction, but it's not for any reason that it didn't come their way. But they're all part of it. Yeah.
Andy, what's the challenge been like this year with all the injuries and different people coming in and out? Each week, try to get that plan that works. Has this been different than any other years in the past in that part?
The last few weeks have been great. Just everybody's been up and ready to go, so hasn't been a problem that way. You know, they're all getting in and having a chance to play. It's just, as far as the pass game goes, it just depends on where the ball's headed. You know, but we have full trust in all of them. They're all really good players. So.
Andy, you talked the other day about doing better defensively on third down against the Bills. What are the challenges of doing that successfully against this particular opponent and this particular opponent?
Yeah, they do a good job offensively on third down, likewise on defense. But their third down offense is, first of all, their offense is very good, just in general. So it's not just third downs, but it's a big challenge. You got the flexibility of the quarterback being able to throw and run. You've got good receivers. You know, they're a powerful, strong offense. Yeah, they do a great job with that. You know, they're one of the top teams in the league at that year after year. Sean does a nice job with that. You know, I mean, he's got a great background with all that stuff, so he does a heck of a job. Yeah, as Bobby, yeah. Does.
Brought that ball in down the sideline.
Yeah, he's gotten better every week. You know, he's more familiar. Pat's more familiar with him. He's more familiar with the offense and what Pat expects from him. You know, Connor's done a nice job of spending time with him to make sure he's got all the different looks. So it's the main thing is he's wired the way where he wants to be good, and that's a big part of it. He wants to know and let his ego get in the way or any of that. He's got good teachers in there. I mean, you're in a room with 8 and 9 and 84. I mean, those guys have all played a lot of football, and they're willing to share. And so it's you know, that's a heck of a room to be in.
Coach, everything gets bigger the week of the conference type games. I'm just curious, what's the biggest advantage so many of your guys would play on this?
Yeah, listen, it normally doesn't hurt, for sure. I don't know how you weigh out the advantage of it. I feel like we play these guys all the time, so they know us, we know them. But I'm glad, to answer your question, I'm glad we have all those guys, and you'll need all of them. So.
You face guys you've worked with many times and Sean many times. Does it even register with you going into a game and have that pass?
No, other than you kind of look at the tape. So he's looking at our games and against them, and we're looking at our games against them. So you see all of that. You kind of get an idea that we've played each other quite a little bit. And, yeah.
And do you feel like is there any game within the game, cat and mouse, not that anybody would state what advantage it would be either way, but Sean knowing you a certain way and you knowing Sean a certain way?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Yeah, that just, yeah. I mean, you're going to always give each other a different look. I don't want to slight Bobby either. He does a heck of a job with it too. So that as Matt does and Spag. So the coordinators are the ones putting things together and making it go, and then Sean and I get to stand and watch there. So.
Coach, I think they have like practice with
Yeah, we'll probably put him back on IR there. Yeah.
Coach, can you talk about the benefit of having running back like Kareem in this short yardage situation?
Yeah. Listen, he's a good player. I don't want to just narrow him down to the short yardage part, but to answer your question, I think he does a heck of a job with it. He's got a knack for that. He's a big kid and strong. So, I mean, I appreciate his willingness to get in there and go on that stuff. And they're normally real small cracks that he's working through. So sometimes you see him go through sideways and that. Well, that's not a lot of guys can do that with power like he does.
Patrick, how would you describe kind of this recent series with the Bills? You get them in the playoffs, they get you in the regular season. Like twice a year, it seems like. How would you describe the intensity of the Bills' chase?
Yeah, I think it's just two really good football teams going up against each other. They have great players at every level on both sides of the ball, and they're well coached. And so when you play great football teams like that, it kind of usually ends with kind of that split type of deal there. And so we've been able to beat them in the playoffs, and they've gotten us in the regular season. But if you look at the games, every game's close. So it just comes down to a play here or there that kind of usually it makes an impact on the outcome.
How much do you appreciate like the chess match between you guys since you played for so many times, so many important players, just back and forth, the different defensive balls, everything that goes with it?
Yeah, I think when you look at the great rivalries of the NFL, it comes with this. It comes with playing at each other every year in the regular season. It comes with playing in the playoffs, and you have to combat. You have to look at your weaknesses and try to make those strengths, and then your strengths make them even better because you know that they're going to go out there and try to take away those things. And so it's a great football team. Like I said, great players, well coached, and we know it's going to take our best in order to find a way to get a win.
You don't play against Josh directly, obviously, but what does that sort of matchup quarterback this caliber when you're Illinois?
I think you just have to know you're going to have to play your best football. I mean, I've played against Josh enough times to know that he's going to come out there and play great football, especially in those big moments. And so for me, I have to play my best football whenever I get the opportunity to and try to put our team in the best position to succeed. And if that's limiting turnover, if that's changing the field position, whatever that is, you have to find a way that day to win. And when you go up against a great quarterback, it takes your best as well.
Understanding you guys won the game, which is all that matters. Hollywood, what did you see in film that maybe more of a Travis?
Yeah, I think I said that to the game a little bit. I think just the, I mean, there was attention paid to them, and they made sure to put a shell over the top of those guys, and that allowed the middle of the field to be open for Travis. And so that's kind of how you have to do in this league is whenever certain matchups are working for you, you go to those, and then you still want to have that option though. And I think we'll try to be better this week of giving them more and more opportunities downfield. But I think even in the one where we didn't complete it, the one down the field, it kind of scared them out of I mean, the next play, Travis hits one over the middle and makes a big play happen. So that's kind of the versatility of the offense and just finding that day and what's working best.
You've talked in the past, it seems like every year at the end of camp you say, hey, I'm glad I don't have to go against Spagnuolo's defense.
Mm-hmm.
What leads you to say that? What is it about his defense?
Yeah, I mean, you see it when we play. It's just everything looks so similar, but then he has so many different variety of coverages and blitzes and different things that he can do. And so you can never get a feel for what he's going to call because he'll just throw in random coverages and stuff like that every single series, it seems like. And it's hard to prepare for. It's hard to go up against. And like I said, I'm glad I don't have to do it during the regular season, but it prepares me for the season because I have to kind of the mastermind that I go up against all training camp.
Patrick, we saw many of these games with the Bills. Is the X
Yeah, I mean, first off, Arrowhead's just a special place. I mean, you get a feeling when you step in the stadium, and you know the history and the greatness that has been played at this football stadium, and I think that kind of feeds the football team. And then the crowd is great at being quiet when we're on offense, being extremely loud whenever our defense is out there, and you feel that passion that the fans have. It's true, it's real, and they want us to go out there and be the best that we can possibly be, and so we want to go out there and put up our best fight every single time we're on that field.
Patrick, your last understanding
We are just a few days away from knowing the AFC champion. What a great game is coming up between the Bills and the Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs continue to write their name in golden letters in the history of American football. They have played 7 AFC finals in a row. It's crazy. The Chiefs are looking for their 3rd consecutive championship. They will try to put their name at the top, but they have a great rival who will do everything possible to crush their dream. There is no doubt that this matchup could be the most anticipated game after the Super Bowl. With so much on the line this weekend, it is safe to say that NFL fans will have an impressive lineup of games and emotions will be running high. The feeling of nervousness has already reached Travis Kelce in this preview against Buffalo Bills, and of course they come to a stage with history in their favor. The tight end had a talk with Jason, his brother, in his podcast in New Heights, a talk that will give many headlines. I don't think people realize how FG crazy this is. 7 straight times you've been one of the top 2 teams in the AFC. Is it just expected that you're gonna go to the AFC championship game? Jason began. I put that on myself every year. It's either that or I'm a failure, was Travis Kelce's emphatic response. He went on to argue his answer with a clear message that team is more important than individual performance. That's a hell of a way to live your life. It's working so far. I don't care if I'm the MVP or the league, which I'll never be or which I'll never be ready for. But it doesn't matter what you do individually, it's what your team does at the end of the day, Travis said. There is a rumor that the Kansas City Chiefs football player is thinking about retiring at the end of the season, regardless of what happens in the next game or in a hypothetical Super Bowl. There is a lot of intrigue among fans and pundits about his ambition and desire to continue competing at the highest level, as his regular season has not been the Travis we are used to seeing. As those rumors take shape, Chiefs star Patrick Mahomes left everyone open-mouthed when he was asked on a Kansas City radio station about the future of his teammate and friend. He hasn't told me if that's what he's thinking. I know he signed a 2-year extension before the season and it seems like he still loves football, but he also has a great life. If it's his last game, let's go out there and get him a win. If it's not his last game, let's go out there and win anyway, huh? The quarterback commented. The truth is that those who called him washed up